Welcome back to the Kansas Speedway on Fox Sports Net. I'm Rick Benjamin with Kenny Wallace. Brent Stover on pit road. Johnny Borneman safely out of the 8 car. Looks like his hands are being looked at there by the track workers who are on the scene. They throw fire bottles at the 8, get the fire put out under the hood. Kenny, hard to imagine. Borneman drove that car. The engine was running. I thought the engine had let go with all that smoke.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Johnny is a winner. I mean, the guy's a great racer. So what happens is he breaks an oil line. He's got smoke going everywhere. He just thinks he's got smoke going everywhere. He doesn't realize all this oil is out all over the track, spins out in it, says, oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed, takes off, then the car bursts into flames, and the poor guy's he's inhaled all that smoke.
So he will go in the back of the ambulance here at Kansas and take a ride to the infield care center. Tough break, especially because Borneman has won once on the tour this year. He was running 9th here today when the incident took place. So Borneman will give up a apparent top 10 opportunity here in Kansas, and that will cost him dearly in the points chase. John Wood, meantime, after that spectacular incident a few moments before, with the contact with Frank Kimmel's machine, Wood will be the restart leader, but Kimmel will be right up on his back bumper. Let's get Bill Kimmel's thoughts.
All right, we're under caution with 6 laps left to go, and Frank Kimmel's crew chief, Bill Kimmel, is with us. You're in 2nd place right now. Is this caution actually a good thing for your team?
Well, it is right now, just to cool the tires down, because them's actually the tires we started the race on. So, you know, like I said before, if we can keep tires on, I think we'll be okay. So I don't know. 50's awful strong. We'll just see what happens here at the end.
You think the tires will be good to go the rest of the way?
Well, they'll have to be regardless now. We got to go. So we can go. We'll try to go right here.
So Bill Kimmel has plenty of confidence in his team, especially his brothers in the driver's seat.
Wow, what an incredible turn of events. Looks like Frank Kimmel is going to be the guy to beat. John Woods comes into pits 20, 30 laps ago, makes a chassis adjustment, and he's the guy to beat right now. John Wood, what an incredible situation here where he was a 2nd to 3rd to 4th place car all day long and made a great chassis adjustment, and he has just run down Frank Kimmel.
Wood from Stewart, Virginia, 19 years young. Eddie Wood's son, of course, 3rd generation of the Wood brothers. Strapping in and doing a heck of a job. He's very much early in the learning curve as a stock car driver, but is well on his way, apparently, to being a major star in the years to come. Kimmel is a veteran, 2-time ARCA champion, defending ARCA champion, and the current ARCA point leader. Ought to be a great shootout to the checkered flag here at Kansas when we come back. Back at the beautiful new Kansas Speedway here on the NASCAR Winston West Series, the opening event at this new racetrack in Kansas 100 today here on Fox Sports Net. Jack Sellers pitting the 15 car just before we go green again for right side tires and fuel. Kenny, he was shown 13th, last car on the lead lap, decides to make one more stop to try to gain some ground.
That's the luxury of being the last car on the lead lap. You got nothing to lose. You come in, you put 4 new balonies on, and he's going to stick a lot better than those guys in front of him. And he's figuring he's going to knock him off some positions with a couple to go, maybe.
4 new whats?
I call them baloney skins.
Do
no,
you?
No, I'm just a little. Hey, you know, I mean, sometimes you got to have a little bit of radical talk going on.
There you go. Well, he's whatever they call him, they're on that 15 car, and he's back up on the racetrack, as is John Wood, getting ready to restart with just a couple of laps to go here at Kansas. Now, if you're Frank Kimmel and you're going to restart second, you've had the fastest car much of the day, how are you going to approach this?
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm in this position. I'm Frank Kimmel. I am going to put my nose right on the back of John Wood's bumper. I'm not going to push him. I'm going to leave it 2 inches off, and I'm going to make him really loose. And I'm going to make John Wood not be able to hang on to it because I'm up there making him loose. And I'm going to get by him, and that's what I got to do. I got to be really ready to go. Now, let me say something. Go back early in this race. The 50 car has not got any good restarts today. There's something going on there.
Perhaps a little gearbox problem, perhaps an inability to get that car up to 3rd or 4th gear and thus up to speed. The Ford Taurus safety car leads the field around. They're still working to get the 8 of Johnny Borneman, the car that had the oil problem and then the fire, off the racetrack and back behind the wall.
Regardless, it is going to be the thriller in Manila, race fans.
You've been waiting all year to say that, I know, haven't you?
I can't wait. Hey, Rick, what about that right front fender on that 50 car? Did you see all that?
A little bit of damage from that contact with Kimmel's machine, I think.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, he laid the wood to Frank Kimmel, so to speak.
Oh, very good. Very good. I'll tell you, man, what a race. We've been waiting for something like this. All these Winston West races have been just incredible this year. And look, they're not disappointing us at this very first race at Kansas City.
Haven't talked much about Andy Hillenberg today. We thought at the top of the broadcast Hillenberg from Charlotte in the BAM Pontiac, the 48 car, would be a contender. He qualified 5th. quietly, Andy has brought that car back up to third. So we'll see if he can do anything with either Wood or Kimmel here in the remaining couple of laps.
Yeah, and that's a sign of a great race car driver. Look here, okay, we watched the race all day long, and we haven't seen Andy Hillenburg. Well, that's because his car isn't ready to go yet. He takes care of it. Now he's there at the end. And, hey, he was quiet. You didn't see him, but his car wasn't ready to go. So that's a sign of somebody like a David Pearson, a Cale Yarborough. You know, they're there when it counts.
And that is the black and yellow machine you saw there, third in line. That 48 car is a Pontiac, and Andy Hillenburg is wheeling that machine. So we're hoping for a restart. One lap until we go green to settle this one here at Kansas. First half of a doubleheader weekend. The ARCA Remax Series also in the garage area. Kimmel will turn right around and throw some tires and gas at that machine and come on out for their race in just a moment. There's that damage Kenny was talking about to the right front corner of the 50 from that contact with Kimmel earlier.
Yeah, two scenarios here. Okay, we got one lap till green. Let's point it out, Rick. Okay,
yeah.
Right front fender damage, not good for the aerodynamics on the 50 car. He's seeing all the air first. Second thing, he hasn't got any good restarts today.
Yeah.
He knows that in his mind. So I got to believe that Kimmel's going to be all over him on his start.
Well, he'll certainly want to make it work quickly because there'll only be 2 laps to go when the green comes back out. Now we see Hillenburg. He'll line up in third. Eric Norris is in the mix, and Brendan Gaughan here in the last couple of laps as well. So you've got some strong race cars. Sean Woodside is right there, as is the 4 car of Mark Reeves. You've got some guys with a lot on the line here. We get ready to go racing in just a moment.
Okay, John Wood, I'm your fan favorite right now. I'm up here. I'm rooting you on. You're 19 years old. We want you to win this race. We want you to hold old Frank Kimmel off. And I want Frank Kimmel to give you a run for your money because we love watching a race like this.
And it's a good learning experience for John Wood. He's obviously here in the Winston West Series part-time this year to gain experience, to learn how to wheel these big Winston Cup-type stock cars around. And he's gained a lot of experience quickly, I think it'd be safe to say.
Yeah, and the thing about John, he's going to figure out, look here, you can't run the guy on the apron. You can't run him in the wall. You can do that at Richmond, Virginia, a little half mile, but you can't do it here running 200 mile an hour. Here we go.
Safety car dives in. They'll get the green, then the white, and the checkered here at Kansas Speedway to settle this one today. 2 to go, and we're back underway. Wood is your leader. Kimmel all over.
Wow.
Wood not up to speed. Kimmel under the line for the lead, and he gets by.
Gosh, didn't we call it?
Yeah.
If there's something wrong with John Wood's car on them restarts.
Just doesn't take off very well, evidently. Kimmel takes the opportunity to retake the point. There'll be the white flag this time by.
That was incredible. We didn't think it would happen again, but Frank Kimmel allowed to go under that white line, make the pass on the flat. Wood coming back at him.
John Wood looking high as they come onto the front straightaway. Of course, it's D-shaped here at Kansas. There's the white flag in the air. Last time around, this mile-and-a-half brand-new racetrack, and Hillenburg is right there, too.
Wow, incredible. Andy Hillenburg not there all day long. Look at him on their bumpers. Wood on
now.
the outside.
Wood will try him on the high side to the backstretch. This is for the win. Down the back straightaway, John Wood and Frank Kimmel.
Wow, this is incredible. Coming to the checker, John Wood on the outside, Frank Kimmel on the inside.
They are door-to-door for the victory here at Kansas. Kimmel down low. Wood pushes high. He's going to have to tuck in behind, and Kimmel will come to the stripe and get the victory. Frank Kimmel wins the first ever race here at the Kansas Speedway. John Wood has to settle for second. Kenny, I thought he had him on the backstretch.
Wow, that was incredible. I think John just took her in there to make sure he was going to get the lead. Probably picked up the gas a little quick. I'd have done the same thing. And, you know, the bottom of the track was the place to be. He had track position. John Wood had the fastest car at the end. But, hey, it was that restart that killed him.
So Frank Kimmel in the Advance Auto Parts Chevrolet grabs the win, his first ever Winston West start. Comes home with his first Winston West victory here today, and John Wood with a terrific run to second.
Bill Kimmel, your brother made one heck of a move when they dropped the green flag after the caution. What did he do?
Well, we've been taking off better than 50 all day. He just got a really good run and protected himself that time, so 50 couldn't get back under him. So he just did a really nice job. Frank won the race for us today right there.
How are you feeling right now?
Oh, this is good. Now we got to get 200 laps to go here in this ARCA car. We need to get going.
All right, enjoy it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Bill Kimmel, the brother of Frank, and Frank with quite a move, and they win it. Back to you guys.
So the Advanced Auto Parts team comes home with the victory in the first ever event here at the Kansas Speedway. Kimball's car hardly clean, Kenny Wallace. A lot of contact back and forth between he and Wood and some other drivers. We'll talk to the winner when we come back.